Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Today I'm looking at VFW. This is a Joe Begos kind of grindhouse action horror movie. And it's set, the plot is very simple. It's set in the not too distant future where there's an epidemic of a drug called hype that turns, it almost zombifies the user. And the leader of the punk gang, who has everyone addicted to this, he's doing one final score and he ends up killing an addict whose sister makes off with his stuff as revenge, makes off with his last score as revenge, and she gets chased by these kind of ravenous, drugged up punks into a VFW, a Veterans of Foreign War bar. And the owner, Fred, played awesomely by Steve Lang, takes it upon himself to protect this girl, along with his other former comrades of arms. The majority of the guys in there are Vietnam vets, and there's some fantastic fucking character actors in this. First off, Fred kicks ass as he's a staff sergeant, and from the get go, you can tell that all the lads in the bar look up to and respect this guy because he takes charge of the situation right away. And even though all these guys are veterans, they still adhere to the chain of command and they're still very kind of much formed as a unit. You also have William Sadler. You might know William Sadler best from the likes of Demon Knight, and you might also know him from Die Hard 2. He plays Fred's best friend, and he's a funny fucker. He just wants to drag Fred out for his birthday to a strip club. You have Martin Cove, who was the dickhead dojo owner of Cobra Kai in the original Karate Kid. He plays Fred's friend, who is a used car salesman and thinks he can talk his way out of anything. And I genuinely was shocked because I thought this guy was going to be a red herring, or I thought he was going to be like the guy who fucking betrays the rest of the crew, but he doesn't. He does lose his nerve, but he doesn't turn into an absolute shit that I thought he would. And lastly, of the main kind of core cast, you have Fred Williamson, who, if you're a fan of kind of blaxploitation, you'll know who he is. But if you're more of a casual horror fan, he was kind of the badass trucker that helps Tom Savini and George Clooney fight off the vampires in From Dusk Till Dawn. So yeah, it's essentially a siege movie. It's very much like the classic 70s John Carpenter movie Assault on Precinct 13, with a really cool cast of character actors versus an army of hyped up, drugged up punks. And yeah, I particularly enjoyed. I love siege movies. I like kind of something that is a throwback to Grindhouse, and VFW is most certainly a throwback to Grindhouse. Another thing I enjoyed, and it got silly, but it brought itself back again, was the gore. The gore. This is probably the single goriest fucking thing I've seen in a long while. Basically, heads are blown off with shotguns. People are stabbed with pool cues. People are stabbed with knives. People have machetes put into their heads. People have fucking flag poles shoved through the back of their fucking head. It's a gory fucking movie, and it definitely the gore to start off with is a bit shocking, but then as it goes on, it goes to Evil Dead 2 territory, where it just goes so fucking over the top. I mean, William Sadler has to fucking cut his way through an army of drug addicts with a chainsaw, and it's just it goes to Evil Dead 2 levels of gore, which I loved. I do think one of the side effects of the hype drug that the addicts are taking is it seems to have turned the fucking skeletal structure of the user to that of cardboard, because like one guy has his head fucking punched to paste after three or four fucking punches. I get it. I get it that it is these guys are tough hombres, but Jesus Christ, some of the things done with the human body would not actually happen. As I said before, the cast is awesome. There is some really nice moments. Again, it's a simple movie. It's a schlocky movie, but it does kind of show respect to army veterans. Even a younger generation. There's this character in it. I think it's played by Fred Williamson's son or grandson. He plays a character called Deadeye, who's coming back from Afghanistan, and he buddies up with the VFW veterans in the bar, And like as Fred explains, it doesn't matter if you've been through the shit, the sand, the mud, or the blood. A soldier's still a soldier. And like he's explaining to Lizzie that like even Deadeye is one of them. It doesn't matter if he's in his 20s and they're in their 60s or 70s. A soldier is a soldier, and just there is this real cool sense of camaraderie about all the veterans in the bar. And I know I talked about how great the actors are, and Stephen Lang, he fucking kicked ass. I can't believe he hasn't starred in more since Avatar, because he kicked ass. Now he was one of the better elements of Avatar, which while it was a nice movie to look at, it wasn't anything fucking super special. But yeah, again, there's a lot of pathos, and you can tell that fucking Steve Lang's character just genuinely loves all the lads who come into the bar, and they're his friends and stuff. And that's what like even if the plot isn't fucking even if the plot isn't Gone with the Wind, it's still the characters are so well written that you can forgive some of the shortcomings of the plot. What I didn't like about the movie, there was two main things. Begos is going for a very grindhouse look. The soundtrack is perfect, very synth sonic kind of soundtrack going with it. But he also wanted to give it a kind of grindhouse, real grindhouse kind of camera look. And in some parts, like it's harsh reds and it's harsh blues and stuff. And that's cool and all, but I found in some scenes it was very hard to make out what was going on. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I fucking developing cataracts. But I genuinely found that some of the scenes, because they were so badly lit, took me out of the movie. I could be dead wrong. It could be just me, but I found some of the lighting in the scenes took me out of the movie. Again, small niggle. The other thing I had issue with, and it wasn't a big issue, I get it, that on the DVD, the blurb is basically Fred and his lads have to defend a young girl against deranged drug dealer and his army of relentless punk mutants. Now, they're not mutants, they're drug addicts, but the thing is, you almost get a feeling that they didn't want to stigmatize people with a drug addiction, so that they made these people almost like zombies. They're almost like fucking 28 Days Later zombies. And as cool as that is, and I get it, because one of the producers behind this is Fangora, so they wanted to kind of push, the horror element and have these drug addicts almost like mindless cannibalistic zombies. Um, I think it takes away from the movie. I think you could have had you could have still just had them as a regular gang or a regular bunch of punks, and it wouldn't have taken anything from the movie. The again, you do see like these addicts. They're obviously so fucking hopped up in this drug. They're taking chainsaws to the neck and pool cues and getting fucking stabbed and setting fire and stuff. And it does kill them, but it doesn't knock the stir out of them. So they are kind of like this marauding horde of zombies. And for the majority of the movie, I didn't feel any jeopardy as a result. The lads were just fucking dealing with this cannon fodder, no bother. But yeah, again, if they had been a regular gang, I don't think that would have taken anything from the movie. That's my own 2 cents. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, I didn't. It didn't make me hate the movie or anything. I just think that it would have been a bit more kind of subtle. Although I don't know if you could call this film subtle. Just to have regular gang members. Again, this is a fun movie. It's a fun kick-ass movie. It doesn't reshape the wheel, but fantastic cast of character actors. Again, I'll just go over it again. You have William Sadler, Martin Cove, David Patrick Kelly, who was you might know as Sully from Commando, and he was also in The Warriors. Do you remember he's like, Warriors come out to play? You also have George Wednett, who you might know as Norm from Cheers. They were also veterans, and they had some nice character moments. But uh, again, Fred Williamson, Mandy Collier was I think done one of the music music supervisors on it. Again, as a lot of good people. Travis Hammer, Dora Madsen, Sarah McCormick. I think she played Lizzie. Tom Williamson. Yeah, I think that is Fred's son or grandson. Great cast, great bunch of people behind the soundtrack, behind the visual effects, and yeah, it was. I did kind of. I knew I was in for a bit of a gore fest when saw one of the producers was Fangora on the opening credits. Again, Stephen Lang kicks ass. Whole cast kicks ass. If you're a fan of 70s grindhouse like The Exterminator, or if you're a fan of John Carpenter's movies like Prince of Darkness, even, or Assault on Precinct 13, check this movie out. It's very fun. Do you think I was being a bit cantankerous about some of my criticisms? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And what did you think of this movie? Did you have your own issues with it, or did you see some golden kind of nuggets or some really cool stuff going on in the background that I mightn't have noticed? Leave them in the comments below. And yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.